Hey guys, my name is Kevin and welcome to a new video. And today I'm talking about the sort of new album from Leander, Luxusnyomor. The album cover looks really cool, doesn't it? Anyway, so this is going to be a very different review because I'm going to be talking about a Hungarian album. So there's going to be lots of translations and you'll see what's going to happen. So, Leander is a Hungarian pop rock and metal band founded by none other than Leander Köteles, after he has founded Leander Rising in 2009 and Leander Rising broke up in 2015. So yeah, then in 2016 or 17, I don't know, in 2016 I think, he founded Leander a new band of his, and yeah, they have just released their new album. Well, not really now, they released it like 3 weeks ago, but I decided to review it now. And also it was really hard to like listen to these songs and remember things. So I wrote a short script about every single one of these songs, and yeah, let's just get straight into it. So there's 10 tracks on here, and you guessed it, this is a rock album, so many stuff is really intense on here. Also, if you haven't listened to the album and can't really listen to it on Spotify, I don't know if it's on Spotify or anything, but I will give a playlist in the description where you can listen to all 10 of these songs. So yeah, the first track, the title track, Luxusnyomor, I'm going to show you the titles on the over here in the back. The first track, Luxusnyomor, aka Luxury Misery, starts out with this epic intro with these dramatic synths before dropping into this intense beat with some great guitars, and now there's great singing. And yeah, this is just a really good track. I like this one. And then the next two tracks are just kind of weird, more intense versions of Nem Szól Harang, the track that they released last year. Kell a háború, aka Need the War, and Képtükör, aka Mirror Image, are just like that. Both of them have really intense beats. Well, alright, let's talk about Kell a háború first. Starts out with a peaceful intro, and then the beat comes in with some intense guitars, and Leander sounds like he's just completely losing it. Like, there's one part after the second chorus where it just goes out all of his mind, just shouting out on the top of his lungs. And my goodness, he just sounds really intense on this track. Alright, so this is not a bad track. It's just really intense. Same with Képtükör or Mirror Image, not a bad track. But once again, sounds really intense. Has an intense beat, really fast drums, and awesome guitars. And Leander is once again screaming at the top of his lungs. And my goodness, this is just really intense. And then the next track, Hazavágyom, aka Nostalgic, that's their Adult 2009 entry. You know, this year was the Hungarian pre-selection for Eurovision 2019. Józsi Papai has won that one, so that's really cool. He was my second favorite behind Gergő Szekér. So this track was a huge favorite of all Adult fans on Twitter. Like, my Lithuanian friend Sonia, or I'm just gonna call her IABITV, she really liked this track. And when Leander fell out with this track in the first part of the competition and the first stage of the competition, everyone was going crazy. And I was too, but that's not because well, that's not only because their song was out, but also because USNK went to the next stage. I'm so glad that they fell in the next stage in the second stage of the competition. Anyway, back to Hazavágyom. This one, unlike most of the songs on this album, well, all the songs actually, this one's a lot more relaxing, has really nice drums, and there's Dalotok, who plays beautiful melodies on the violin, and it's just really good. And now there's just singing about how he wants to go home and all that stuff. And this is a really nice track, probably my favorite on the album. And then Dalotok, aka Your Song, show you the track listing right here. There was Kell a háború, Képtükör, and Hazavágyom, and now there's Dalotok, aka Your Song. This one's not as intense as Kell a háború and Képtükör, but still has some great production. Though after 2.5 minutes, it drops into a slower, more intense section with Leander once again sounding like a demon. Like, there's many tracks on here where Leander sounds, first sounds relaxed, but then suddenly sounds like a demon. My goodness, like Leander's voice is sometimes really intense on this album. And then Fraktálok, aka Fractals, the 6th track, starts out with dramatic synths and choir singing, which can be heard throughout the track, before the guitars and drums come in. And the guitars are great throughout the song, and it's one of my favorites on here. And then Sötét, aka Dark Me. This track has some of the best guitar hooks on the album. I really like those. And also it has one of Leander's weirdest performances on the album. He just sounds really weird, you know. And then My Dude Cheers Értem, the 8th track, aka Then You'll Cry For Me. Once again, great guitar melodies, and Leander sounds relaxed sometimes, and sometimes he sounds just really intense. And yeah, it's just this is just a really weird track. And then the last 2 tracks are definitely some of the most relaxed ones. Not as relaxed as, say, Hazavágyom, but still they're pretty cool. Aranymetszet, aka Golden Ratio, and Hullas elságult levél, aka The Yellow Leaf is Falling. Aranymetszet, or Golden Ratio, it starts with a piano intro. Piano played by Leander. Leander Köteles. So this piano, it goes on for like a minute, and there's no drums or guitars for like a minute, only the piano, and then the beat comes in, and it sounds nice though, and Leander sounds more relaxed than on the other tracks, and this was just a really good track. And finally, the album closes out with Hullas elságult levél, aka The Yellow Leaf is Falling, a rock cover of a famous Hungarian 1973 song by Péter Máté, who has died in 1984 at the young age of 37, sadly. And this rock cover, okay, so it still sounds cool. Like, this track once again has a piano intro as well, and it goes on for over a minute, has some dramatic synths in the background as well. And after a minute, it turns into a rock cover of the original song. And then the last 20 seconds, Leander even plays the main melody on the piano without help from other instruments. I guess it's a nice ending, but I don't really know. I'd much rather listen to the original. And to be brutally honest, I think this is probably my least favorite track on the album. Once again, it's not bad, but it's just, I don't like it as much as the original. But still alright. So, now, overall, closing thoughts on Leander Kills' Luxusnyomor. It's a pretty good album. I like this one a lot. Although although it was really hard to think about the album, like in most albums, modern pop albums I listen to, I have the thoughts in my head already. Like, I don't go scripted with those reviews, but this one I had to go scripted with some of the songs. And as I said, Leander Kills' Luxusnyomor is a pretty cool album, and you have to go check it out. Once again, I'll link a playlist in the description on YouTube where you can listen to all 10 songs. So yeah, I guess I am overall feeling a 7.7 out of 10. Oh, just to say that, like these kind of songs are, I don't know. I'm planning to get Leander Kills' other 2 albums and review them as well, but for now I got this album and I'm pretty happy with it. It's a pretty good album, has some nice melodies, and Leander sometimes sounds relaxed, sometimes he sounds intense, sometimes he sounds like a demon, really intense. Anyway, so I guess that's it. Well, as I said, I'm overall feeling a 7.7 out of 10. Favorite tracks, Luxusnyomor, Hazavágyom, a ti Dalotok, Fraktálok, Sötét, Aranymetszet. Least favorite track is probably Hullas elságult levél. But of course, this is just my opinion. You can feel free to disagree with it. And if you have click the playlist in the description and listen to all 10 songs, then write your opinions in the comments below if you have any. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. That's all for today, and see you next time.